Do you struggle to get in your recommended grams of protein, whether you are pre-op, during your pre-op diet, or post-op? I want to say thank you for leaving this comment because it inspired today's video. Today, we are diving into what I would call protein hacks in order to make getting your recommended protein grams much more attainable in easier and simple ways. And this is created for my weight loss surgery girlies, though if you are on a protein enhancing diet, this could work for you too. So whether you are pre-op or post-op, these tips will give you that packed protein punch to help you thrive in whatever stage of bariatric surgery you're in. And if this is the type of content you're here for, these weight loss surgery hacks, whether you are pre-op or post-op, perhaps you should subscribe, my friend. Welcome to BariTale Coaching. I'm Chelsea, your Bari godmother of weight loss surgery, and I'm here to show you what life looks like post-op in a very real and authentic way. I also try to build in mamahood. I have an 8-year-old daughter. We love Disney, hence the combination of bariatric and fairy tale together. So you'll get a lot of travel content. Love to have you. Please join us here and subscribe. Also, if you are looking for content that is specific to your journey that may help others, make sure you're commenting because it could just get turned into a video. Let's kick things off with my first hack, which I am naming Sip and Savor. Oh, you didn't know that the hacks were going to have names? Well, that is the type of bonus extra content just for you. If you're struggling to meet your protein grams, I recommend that you start right away in the morning with a liquid protein. This could absolutely be a protein shake. That's exactly how I used to start my days. Every morning I would wake up and within the first hour, I would have my favorite protein shake, which is Fairlife. Not sponsored, though I wish it was. Now, this far into my journey, I do start with a liquid protein every day, but it's savory because it's in the form of bone broth. And I know that's not for everybody, but because of my blood sugar levels, I want to keep them stable throughout the day. And one of the tips for doing that is starting with something savory over sweet. I will leave my latest CGM video, which is a consistent, constant glucose monitor, linked here for you where I explain all of this. I was into reading Glucose Goddess. If you're looking more for blood sugar information post-op, that would be a really helpful video for you to watch. So within my 8 ounces of bone broth, I have what I call my bonus protein, which is a form of collagen. It's a powdered collagen. And I do all of this before 6 a.m. This is not a video about a morning routine, though I have one if you're interested, but I like to start my day early. I find that it helps me get all of my protein in. So that could be a tip, though a harder one to implement, is that you need to start your protein drinking earlier in the day. I also want to point out that I do not consider this protein starting of the day breakfast. Yes, I know that I am literally breaking my fast with my bone broth and collagen mixture. However, it's not the breakfast I want, so I consider it like a necessity for my health. Is the dishwasher going for ambient noise in the background? Yes. I thought I would show you my bone broth morning routine. So typically I have this before I get ready. I got ready for you, but I would have this right away in the morning. I wake up, I do my bathroom things, tongue scraping, face wash, all of it. And then I get my bone broth ready while I work out. So I would normally, there's a bunch of different ways you can heat this up because drinking it cold feels a little extreme. You can simmer it in a pan, which is what I normally do. So it's low and slow, it takes a few minutes. So I have time to stretch, get my yoga going, do my strength, whatever that may be. And then I put it into a mug and I'll show you what I add to it. But today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eyeball 8 ounces. I think I know by now how much that is. And you can see that bone broth is a little bit thicker than stock, chicken stock, etc. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Look at this Winnie. Oh, he's so cute. This is technically my daughter's mug, don't tell her. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for like 30 to 45 seconds. So you get 8 grams of protein with bone broth. Again, this is like the hidden part of the day. Before I have my protein shake, I'll show that to you too. Oddly enough, this actually does smell really good to me. So this is still my favorite protein shake. I know controversy around protein shakes and all of the different ingredients in them, but this gets you 26 grams. So 26 plus the 8, and then I am adding a scoop of collagen. Now, I actually really like the Vital Collagen. I think that's probably my favorite. This is 310 Nutrition. When this tub is done, I will switch over probably to a different brand. This only has 2 different types of collagen and peptides in it. I'm looking for a little bit more, but this will get me, this is an extra 9 grams of protein per scoop. So I pop a scoop in here. I do like this one. You just really have to work to dissolve it. So I have my little glass straw. You could also use a frother if you wanted to, or a spoon. Does this taste good? It's acquired. I now know what to expect. I think in the winter months, it's really like warm and cozy. No, it doesn't taste good. It's not like a chocolate protein shake where you're like, oh, this tastes like a treat. This tastes like bone broth. But you also could do like half of this and get 4 extra grams of protein. You could put bone broth into a homemade protein smoothie. You could cook it in with eggs, use it as like one of the clarifier pieces. You don't have to straight up drink it, but this is definitely, has been really helpful in getting me to my protein goals and helping me stay full. So I do this. I then followed up with my protein shake in the morning, and that's gonna keep me full until lunch. And I've met a lot of my protein goals in the first few hours of the day. Cheers. Cheers. The reason I am calling this Sip and Savor and that I like it to be a liquid is because you can transition from liquid to liquid within that first hour. So I can have my bone broth with my bonus collagen in it first. I do my getting ready. Sometimes I do my movement before or after that. And then I can actually have breakfast, which is my shake. I enjoy that. I still love it this many years later. This way, I am getting in 30 plus grams of protein before my day has actually started. If you are a coffee drinker, I am not, although I do love the smell of it, but I do have a hot tip for you where you can blend your coffee and your protein shake together to make a proffee. This is also assuming that you've been cleared for caffeine. Now, I would only ever recommend a proffee after you've had a little protein boost prior. So I don't want you putting caffeine in an empty tum-tum, okay? I've had clients mix in a protein shake with an iced coffee to make their proffee. You could do hot coffee with a protein powder. It's basically just trying to find a way to get some extra grams in a drink you're already going to enjoy. In a group session, one of my clients mentioned going through a drive-through, so a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts, and getting their iced coffee in a much larger cup than what they're actually drinking. So their liquid will be like half of the cup, and then they're able to pour their protein shake on top, shake it up, and you have your very own personalized weight loss surgery proffee blend. Number 2 is called Excellent Snacks. We're proud of that one. As I'm sure you know, eggs are a powerhouse source of protein. And they're versatile little buggers too. I used to hate eggs, and eggs and I have reformed our relationship because of weight loss surgery. So I've tried a lot of different ways to incorporate them in order to get my protein numbers higher. So one of the recipes I tried early on was a crustless quiche. And you can do a lot with that. I primarily just used eggs and cheese at the time, but now I would love to add like a spinach to that. I think that would be a lovely summertime brekkie. My daughter loves hard-boiled eggs for eggs on the go. I still can't do that. That's not really an egg that works out for me that well. But if you are comfy with hard-boiled eggs, what a perfect snack. Obviously, eggs can make their way into so many meals as kind of a standalone, but I think they're also awesome at being incorporated. I think this is also true for a lot of different dairy products like sour cream, cream cheese, and cottage cheese. Did you know that cottage cheese has 11 to 12 grams of protein per tablespoon? If the sound of eggs or dairy makes your tummy feel like that's too heavy or flip a little bit, you could also opt for a protein-rich snack like nuts or seeds. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, which are one of my favorites, are really versatile, and I think there's a misconception that we, as weight loss surgery patients, shouldn't be snacking, but if you are struggling to get your protein numbers up, you might need to do smaller bites throughout the day rather than 3 larger meals. I take a tablespoon of chia seeds and I add them on top of my Greek yogurt in the morning. I put them in smoothie bowls. You can put them in homemade protein shakes. And this far post-op, it's important that I feel full. Where I wasn't needing that a year to 2 years post-op, now I still need to have my ghrelin satisfied in my tummy. So the chia seeds really help with that. They elongate how long I feel like I can go without eating to give myself an appropriate time to digest. And one of my favorite go-to meals and sometimes snacks is a piece of really good deli meat. I like a smoked turkey or like a spicy turkey rolled around a mozzarella cheese stick. So good. And you can also opt for protein bars, but make sure that you are checking the sugar content on those so it's not just a candy bar in disguise. Remember, dumping syndrome. Also, surprisingly, many veggies are high in protein. So one of my favorites, sugar snap peas, edamame, these are all like fibrous veggies, which are going to fill you up too. It's the green ones. You want to go for those deep green ones. A roasted Brussels sprouts with a little Parmesan cheese on top and maybe some nuts or seeds. Oh, that sounds delightful. I also like to make protein power bites. This is kind of like a third name here as we're throwing out tips. Protein power bites can come in many forms. I usually make them in the size of a ball, so that way I can grab them from the fridge as snacks, but I load them with as much protein as I possibly can. And they have this double meaning where they can also satisfy when I have a sweet tooth. So I mix together my favorite protein powder. I think this is best done when the protein powder is flavored. So I like a vanilla, a chocolate in the winter. I love a peppermint with some type of nut butter. I am a peanut butter kind of gal myself. Oats and whatever seeds I have in the pantry, including chia, and then a little bit of honey to kind of glue it together. I roll them into a ball, put them in the fridge or the freezer for about 30 minutes, and then I have an on-the-go treat all week, and bonus, my daughter loves them too. If you're feeling a little bit indulgent, you can also add some dark chocolate. I also like coconut flakes in these. I've also discovered brands like Dave's, where they focus on adding protein into everyday items like bread. And recently I discovered their bagels. It's still too big for me to eat in one sitting, but I feel like if you cut 1/2 of the bagel in half and use that as a sandwich, even with some cream cheese and chia seeds, even peanut butter on top, I think that would be delicious. Now, as always, make sure you're reading the nutrition labels to make sure you are comfortable with the ingredients, but I'm not vegan, I don't have a ton of food sensitivities, and I'm not looking to drastically change my lifestyle, though I do eat much more cleanly now than I used to. What is your favorite protein meal or snack? I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know, because I think we could really help each other out in the comment section by adding a variety, a little repertoire of what we could add to our, what I assume are protein routines. Now, as a dessert option, I just recently discovered that the brand Ninja has a blender called the Creamy. Again, not sponsored. My clients are the ones who told me about this, where you can take your protein shake and turn it into protein ice cream. If you are a sweet tooth girly, this might be a game changer in your post-op routine. This device did not exist 5 years ago when I had surgery. So if it had, I probably would have invested then, but now it's been so long and I've been okay without it, but it's always in the back of my mind. Like, do I need this? I know it's far away, but could this be a Black Friday sale purchase for me? because she's expensive. The Ninja Creamy is an investment. But like if you're having surgery in the heat of summer like I did, this is a self-care investment. For a less expensive option, and something I've done before, is where I will blend up my protein shake in my regular Ninja blender and then pour it into popsicle molds. And now you've got a refreshing, almost free treat that is delicious and protein packed. I've also been really happy by adding in some sweet tooth based things into what I'm already eating. Flavored protein powder, again, like chocolate or vanilla, into a sugar-free chocolate pudding with a little bit of whipped topping. That feels very indulgent, but it's actually getting you more protein at the end of the day. At least that's when I like to have mine. I want you to look for easy, soft, blendable ingredients to add to what you're already cooking. So let's say it's Taco Tuesday in your household and you're making a taco bowl. You could mix in sour cream as an ingredient on top of your taco bowl to give yourself a little extra protein boost. Or maybe you go that extra step and you take a tablespoon of cottage cheese and blend it into the meat as it's simmering on the stove. You won't taste it. It will make it a little bit creamier, but you're getting 11 to 12 extra grams of protein into that dish. Top it off with some high fiber veggies, and that is a protein punch of a meal. Ricotta is also an underused cheese as an ingredient. I don't mean with the ricotta bakes that are all over every weight loss surgery recipe page. I mean by blending it into already existing things. I think it goes without saying that it goes well in most savory dishes because it quite literally cooks down to nothing. But give it a shot in your protein shakes too. Don't knock it till you try it, but it does make them creamier. And a recipe that I really like is a stuffed pepper with like quinoa and ricotta. It's really yummy, it's super creamy, and it's full of protein. And even ricotta goes well as an ingredient mixed into waffle and pancake batter. Get the batter. I like Trader Joe's. They usually make really good ones. Mix in a tablespoon or two of ricotta. You won't taste it, I swear. A hot tip for you, because I love you, is getting AI to help you meal prep for your post-op life, no matter the stage of diet that you're in. And when I say diet, I don't mean like forever dieting. I just mean we all go through the phases, right? After surgery, if you're looking for a menu that goes beyond what your clinic or surgery center has given you, AI can be a really powerful and free tool. And you don't even have to think of the prompts yourself because I've made you a freebie that's in the description box because I love you. Check it out. All you need to give me is your first name and an email address, and through the magic of email, you will be sent a freebie to kind of give you sample menus and different AI prompts that you can use using ChatGPT or whatever your fave AI tool is right now to help you establish how to get more protein in. If you would like to see me make any of these recipes, will you please let me know? Cooking is always something that I love to do, but I often don't film because it feels a little bit overwhelming to figure out how. But if you really want some recipe videos, I will make them for you. We can do a little cooking with Chelsea segment. And don't forget about the new freebie guide using AI to max out your protein every day in the description box below. I love you so much. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, will you give it a thumbs up or share it with someone who might benefit? I will see you here next week, my friends, for a really fun video that I've been filming clips for a while now. So I'm excited to bring it to you. Happy cooking. Goodbye. I'll see you next week.